this is a friend of mine that's in the Air Force, Jacob Pearson. He has the money also. This is his 79 GMC 3500 van. It's a factory Pathfinder conversion. It's got a 400 small block in it, turbo 350 trans. It's got 1-ton axles. I don't know a whole lot more about it other than that. I know the Pathfinder conversions are pretty cool. I reckon that company bought them from GM new and did the conversions on them to make them 4-wheel drive. But it is an original one. It's got 411 gears in it. We don't get it out a whole lot because it is terribly expensive to run. It's terrible on fuel. And most of the time when you leave the house in it, something breaks or falls off. But we've been working on buttoning it all up. We did put some new wheels and tires on it, and we put exhaust under it. This thing's been open headers since we were in high school, and we're 30 years old now, so it's been pretty ridiculous for a long time. So we did that. It's got an Edelbrock intake on it, Holly carb headers. So it's a nice little, not really a hot rod, but better than stock, I guess. But it works. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So we're going to try to go through this thing a little bit. The front end's got a half a round of play in everything. The steering's trash, so we're going to try to fix that. The last time we worked on it, we put new calipers and hoses on the front brakes because it was sticky and smoky and like a trip to the gas station. So we fixed that. The rear brakes need some attention, so we're going to take care of that. But we're just running the thing around, trying to work bugs out of it and get it where we can use it more. It's got our name painted on it huge, so we're going to see what we can do with it.
Do you want to show us
under the hood?
Yeah.
Not much to see. It's a dirty 400. Interesting story on that engine. It had a 350 in it, and it had half of the cam lobes gone. And we were hauling scrap for an old lady, and this engine was upside down in her scrap pile. And we didn't even know what it was at the time, and we got the thing out and hung it on a chain. It was complete. Carb to oil pan, even had a starter bolted to it. So we took some jumper wires and some gas to see if it would run, and the thing fired up, hanging on a chain. So we went to put it in here, and then we ran the numbers on it and figured out it was a 400. And this thing had a 400 in it factory, at least according to the build sheet it did. So we got the 400 and put back in it, and this engine is exactly like we found it except for the carburetor. I did change it. It had a 450 Holly on it, and it never ran good. So we've got it, you know, free engine for years ago. But it's worked. It's been in there over 10 years, never missed a beat, don't use any oil. I have no idea why it was in the scrap pile. Guess we'll never know. Unless somebody was just cleaning up and didn't want it. Who knows? But anyway, that's it. You'll see some more of this one. We're going to do some more work to it, build it out a little bit. We're not going to change the patina at all. We're going to leave the look alone. We're going to leave our fishbowl lights too. When it rains, the water collects in there, and it's a fishbowl.
So I just wanted to jump in real quick, and I used Alpha enamel on here to do this paint in one shot. It took me several days to get it laid out on here and then go through and paint it. This piston with the wings with our Bible verse on here was the most time extensive thing. But yeah, I had a lot of time in this piece alone. I'm so glad that it's done. It looks great, but I don't really want to do that again. Just because I had several days in that, trying to make sure that it was on there and straight. But it looks great, and I'm happy for it. I do...
It's crooked.
Before we clear it, I do want to put something back here. I'm not sure what, maybe our name and just our location or something of the sorts, or maybe just our YouTube, Instagram, Facebook handles. Nothing crazy, just something small and simple. And then this side is the same.
But this side has less rust.
It is a little bit dirty. I haven't washed the van, but this paint has held up fairly well. This was 2 or 3 years ago now. Paint's still on there. There's no clear, no anything on there. It'll look much better when we clean it up and clear it. This will be the longest trip that we've made in the van. It's about 45 minutes away. We are going to, I don't know if you can see it.
We can't afford to make longer trips
Daniel says we can't afford to make longer trips than this because it's a gas guzzler. A C10 show with the special guest, Derek from Resurrected Garage in Cleveland. Should be a fun day.
Yeah, I'm still not sure that I'm going to go in. They're still parked outside for a reason.
Or just park behind that thing, behind that Kia. That's where I'd go. There's space there. We're off-road. We can fix. So we made it to the C10 show up here in Cleveland. We're checking out all the things. The van did make it. This is its longest drive. It was what, 45 minutes? So it made it. So
Not
we're
impressive.
excited. But we brought the van. It was the closest thing we had to a Chevy besides the Monty. But it's got our name on it and it looks cool. So. Hey, damn. Found some Bankskin. Some Bankskin. I don't know, I've never seen it around.
Bankskin's a big can. I think that's the 8100. Like Alex Ross's big truck had in it.
Yeah, I like this one.
Pull down about 100 foot. My cousin.
Yeah.
The golden light. Yeah, I saw that. That's the
Thing that was on.
thing that was on the TV thing.
Yeah.
I don't have enough. Yeah, and that runs when the TBI throttle models, but it's not a sniper. It's one of those.
That's rowdy.
So they're very susceptible to RF interference and electrical noise. They're great. They work in this truck.
He went out there.
That looks like the one that had at the book camp. It was a little smaller.
He went out there in this truck. He was on. Like, they did a whole YouTube channel or video. He just put out there like that on fire.
Yeah. I wish the van had an awning.
You could put an awning on it. It's not difficult.
Because then we wouldn't have to like worry about
These
it.
fold up.
Yeah. Oh, it's an international.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. I like those books.
Those are 8 logos that fit the van.
Oh.
Yeah, this is an interesting size truck.
While we were really hoping to see Derek from Vice Grip Garage here, unfortunately he wasn't able to make it. He did issue a statement on his social media saying that he was sorry. He just wasn't able to come down. But all in all, it was a good show regardless, and we're glad that we came out. So there is one problem with the van that's very unfortunate. When you get up to speed sometimes, the doghouse falls off because we could never get this side latched. And then it gets really hot in here. But hopefully we can maybe latch it.
Yeah, I don't know why it won't like latch.
And then if you try to hold it down like I was doing previously with your feet, it melts the doghouse on the exhaust. So that doesn't work either. Daniel found the end-all be-all as to why the doghouse wouldn't latch. He found 2 screwdrivers that were stuck underneath it. All this time we were having trouble with it, and there was 2 screwdrivers underneath there. That was our fault. We felt slightly dumb, but we solved the problem.